Struggling to get that dream home in Dalton, Georgia because of your credit score? What if I told you boosting your score by 50 points could save you hundreds on your mortgage payment each month? Stick around, I'm revealing exactly how to supercharge your credit score as fast as possible. I'm Josselin Iraheta, Realtor in Dalton and surrounding areas. Book a Calendly call with me to see how I can serve you on your next purchase or sale. Your credit score isn't just a number. It's the key that unlocks the best mortgage rates, lower interest, and more buying power in our competitive market. By the end of this video, you have a clear step-by-step action plan to raise your credit score and save big on your next home purchase. Let's begin. The idea that you have to be in the excellent credit club to buy a home is a complete myth. It's just not true. That 800 credit score looks like this impossible mountain to climb, and therefore you don't even start. You assume you'll either be flat out rejected by lenders or get hit with a terrible interest rate. The final 3 digits matter, but it's not everything the lender is focused on. And they're not looking for a 800 credit score. So if lenders aren't looking for a perfect credit score, what do they actually care about? It's simpler than you think. They're looking for a predictable and acceptable level of risk. They aren't judging you as a person. They're making a business decision. They want to see that you have a history of paying your debts. Lenders use your credit score as the quickest, most standardized way to gauge how likely you are to repay a large-scale long-term loan like a mortgage. A higher score signals a history of on-time payments, low outstanding balances, and responsible credit management, meaning you're deemed less likely to default. In short, your credit score directly translates into how much risk a lender is willing to take on, and therefore whether you get the keys to your new home and at what cost. So, you need to focus on the things that actually build the number. You have to know the rules of the game. Your credit score is calculated and made up of 5 things, and they are not all created equal. First and most important, payment history. This is 35% of your score. It's the king of the castle. It all comes down to one question. Do you pay your bills on time? A single 30-day late payment can do more damage than almost anything else. Missed or late payments stay on your report for up to 7 years and can drop your score by 100 plus points if multiple. The most powerful thing you can do for your credit is to set up automatic payments for at least the minimum due on all your bills. Second is amounts owed. This is another 30% of your score. This is mostly about your credit utilization, or in simple terms, how much of your available credit you're using. If you have a credit card with a 10,000 limit and a 9,000 balance, you're using 90%. To a lender, that looks risky. The magic number is to keep your balance below 30% of the limit on every card. If you get under 10%, which is ideal, you'll really see your score start to jump. Next, at 15% is your length of credit history. Lenders like to see a long, stable history. This is why the common advice to close old credit cards is usually terrible when you're trying to build your credit. When you close your oldest card, you can shorten your credit history and actually lower your score. Keep it open. It helps with your score. The last two I'm going to talk about, both are 10% of all your credit score. Credit mix and new credit. Credit mix just means lenders like seeing you can handle different kinds of debt, like a car payment, a personal loan, credit cards. A healthy mix revolving credit cards plus installment loans shows you can manage different debt types responsibly. New credit is all about how many accounts you've opened recently. If you apply for 5 store cards the month before you try to get a mortgage, is a huge red flag that you might be in financial trouble. Each credit application creates a hard inquiry, so space out applications by at least 6 months. And don't apply for any new credit in the year before you plan to buy. Your credit score has a say on which type of loan you qualify for. Different loan programs are built for different people. For instance, an FHA loan, which is an amazing option for a lot of first-time buyers, has guidelines that can work with credit scores as low as 580. Now, is the interest rate going to be the same as someone with a 780 score? No. But will it get you into a house where you can stop renting and start building your own equity? Absolutely. For conventional loans, the ones most people think about, lenders are often looking for a score of 620. Again, not 100, 620. In the lending world, 620 and 800 are miles apart, but they can both get you the keys to a new house. Lenders often impose their own overlays above these minimums. Higher scores unlock lower interest rates and reduce mortgage insurance costs. Compensating factors can be low debt to income, significant reserves, and sometimes offset a slightly lower score. So talk to a lender and don't disqualify yourself right away. The mortgage process is a spectrum, not a pass-fail test. Your goal isn't to get a perfect score. Your goal is to get the best deal possible for the score you have and have a clear plan to improve it. It's all about strategy, not perfection. If this is making sense and you feel a little bit of that way lifting, do me a quick favor and hit the like button. It may not seem like much, but it tells YouTube that other people in and around Dalton need to see this. And if you haven't yet, hit the subscribe and ring that little bell so you don't miss my next video. Okay, that's the what. Now for the how. Here are 3 things you can do this week to put yourself in a way stronger position to buy a home. First is master the 30% rule. I want you to pull all your credit card statements. For each card, look at the balance and look at the credit limit. If any balance is over 30% of the limit, that card is now your top priority. Once again, this is to increase your credit score. Every spare dollar goes to paying that balance down. This is the fastest way to see a real jump in your credit score. Second, become an authorized user. This is the closest thing to a legal credit hack there is. If you have a parent, spouse, or someone you trust who has an old credit card with a perfect payment history and a low balance, ask them to add you as an authorized user. You don't even have to touch the card. Their good history with that account can get added to your credit report, boosting your score by making your credit history look older and your debt lower. Third, do your annual credit checkup. You have the right to get a free copy of your credit report from all 3 bureaus, Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion, every single year. The only site you should use is annualcreditreport.com. It's the official government-approved one. Get your reports and read through every line. Look for mistakes, a late payment you know you made on time, or an old account that isn't yours. Errors are more common than you think. You have the right to dispute every single one, and getting them removed can give your score a serious boost. So the big takeaway is this. The lie is that you need a perfect credit score. The truth is, you don't need perfection. You need a strategy. Stop letting that myth keep you on the sidelines. Stop paying your landlord's mortgage. Understanding these simple rules of credit is what will open the door to owning a home for you and your family here in Dalton. The path to get there is real. You just have to know where to take the first step. Here is a table with more actionable steps for you to take today to improve your credit score. If you're looking to buy a home in Dalton or Northwest Georgia and you're ready to stop guessing and start building a real plan, I want you to take the next step. There's a link in the description below where you can book a Calendly call with me. It's free, no strings attached. We'll look at where you are right now and lay out the exact steps you need to take to get you ready to buy a home. Thank you for watching. Share this video with someone who needs to improve their credit score. I am Josselin Iraheta with eXp Realty, serving Dalton and surrounding areas.